questions,
Sure. What's going
if
on?
that's okay.
What's your question?
Okay, so I'm a 24-year-old woman, and in regards to dating, I haven't really had much experience. I probably had like two relationships in my entire life,
Okay.
and something that both my exes brought up is that I'm not as, I don't know how to put it. I'm not as emotional as they would like. Like I'm not
Hmm.
really too sensitive. Not sensitive, but I'm very abrupt. And it might come across as cold.
Hmm.
And I don't even know how to begin to address that. I don't even know what that's called. But both of them said something along the same lines as you aren't. I don't know if it's that I'm not making enough effort or that maybe I'm closed off. I'm not too sure what it is.
Okay. So they're basically saying that are they describing you as like blunt or not caring, not
Yeah,
warm?
aloof or something like that. I don't know.
Got you. How long were both of those relationships?
Okay, so the first relationship I ever had, it lasted about a year and a half. And then the second one was about 2 years. We were engaged and then I called it off. So
Why'd you call it off?
I don't know, cold feet, jitters, I'm not too sure.
Okay.
There were just some things in the relationship that I wasn't satisfied with because I was 21 at the time. I'm 24 now. So
Okay.
I was 21 at the time and he was a bit older than me.
But how much?
So
How old was he?
by about 10 years, he was 10 years older than me. So
Okay.
he was 31 and I'm 21.
Gotcha. All right. So this lack of warmth that you're describing, are you that way over the entire relationships, like even at the beginning?
I wouldn't say so. It's more like I think I'm very guarded and I have like a fear of like letting people in. I think that's probably one of the biggest things that I struggle with. So I can see where it's coming from. I just don't know how to address it for the next relationship so that I don't go into the next relationship with the same patterns.
Yeah. So are you the one who typically ends your relationships?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know anything about attachment styles?
I've read about them here and there, and from what I've read, it seems I might be avoidant.
Yeah. That's what it sounds like. You're ending your relationships, you got cold feet with the marriage. You aren't really sure why you got cold feet. You're described as being somewhat cold, but you're not cold at the beginning. So as things progress, you start to close off a bit more. You don't let people in. You probably struggle with vulnerability, right? So
Yeah.
something to work on for sure. That's pretty much all it is. Is it seems like you're a dismissive avoidant. That means you have a fear of engulfment, meaning somebody getting too close and you losing your independence and autonomy in the process.
Yeah.
So the way out of that, the first step is like awareness, which you have now. Congratulations, you're aware. You're an avoidant. Now
Yeah.
you have to do the scary thing, which is let people in. But you don't have to do it all at once, right? You can microdose it. So you can like slowly show people who you are. Think of yourself as like an onion, right? And over time, you reveal more and more layers of the onion. In addition to that, you have to speak up for your needs in a relationship, right? So if you are the type of person who may need your alone time and your space, it's okay to let the person you know who you're with know that, right? You can absolutely maintain a degree of independence within a relationship, but you have to also
Yeah.
acknowledge that you're in a relationship, right? Is all this making sense?
It is. It is. It is. I
Okay.
hear you.
Yeah. But the
Another
big thing
thing
is
I
like
just
you
wanted
gotta go ahead.
romanticizing your friendships, like pouring, because when it comes to my friendships, my platonic friendships, it's a whole different story. I'm the opposite. I am the most loving, I'm the most open, I'm the most available. I'm everything
Right.
that someone wants in a partner as a friend, and that's where most of my both of my relationships came from. They came from friendship. We were friends first. They loved the vibe, they loved the treatment, and then when we moved into a relationship
That's
space,
how
it
it hurt.
just
That's how it works. That's how it works. And it's because when you're friends, that so all that is showing you is that you have the capacity for it. So what you're saying is a good thing. Shows you have the capacity to connect with someone on that level. But here's the thing. Here's the nuance. When it comes to friendship, the person is never threatening to you, which is why you can connect on that level, right? So if you say that dismissive avoidant people have a fear of engulfment and losing their autonomy and independence, that's not a threat in a friendship. But in a relationship, it is, because once you enter into a romantic relationship, now the man has expectations of you.
yeah,
So you can do it when it's not expected because you feel like you're doing it from your own free will, your own volition, right? You're doing it because you want to, not because you feel like you need to or have to. But when you're in a relationship, now what you used to do just because you wanted to do it is now an expectation, and that makes you resent doing it because you don't feel like you have your freedom anymore.
yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So the microdosing, that's how because I've been putting out feelers, I've been going on a date or two, but it's sort of like since it was like a while back that I've been in a relationship, since then I've just shut off completely. Like romance, the prospect of it, the thought of it, the effort, the engagement, it's off-putting to me now. I don't know how to get out of that headspace because every time someone tries to approach me romantically, I just shut down completely, or I just behave in a very unappealing manner so that they just leave.
So how long was your last relationship? How long ago was it?
It was around 2022,
Oh wow.
so it took quite a while.
So you've been single for a minute.
I've been single for a while.
Was that the engagement?
Yes, that was the engagement.
Okay. Was that like kind of traumatizing for you? Was it like a really bad experience for you?
It's just that at some point I realized that I'm not meeting this man at the point where he wants to be met,
Right.
and I felt selfish for it. I felt selfish for occupying that space in his life when there could be another woman who could potentially meet him there 100% and give him what I can't.
Right.
So that was one of the main reasons why I just decided to walk away. It was very difficult because I did really love him.
Okay. So ever since then, you find yourself not being even open to the prospect of dating anyone else?
Not particularly, no.
Okay.
I move into the space where any men that I meet, it's either I gently guide them to the friend zone or I just cut them off completely.
Okay. Like initially, or do you like try to entertain them romantically at first?
I try to entertain it, I do, but I've noticed I don't really have the patience for it. There was someone that came into my life in 2024. Wonderful individual. We have a lot in common. There's a lot of compatibility. But then, I don't know, I sort of edged him towards the friend zone. And then recently we had a hangout and he sort of just confronted me about it. And I just felt very attacked. I felt attacked because he was just gently asking me like, why hasn't this become a thing? Why do you keep trying to force friendship out of me? I don't want to be your friend. I want to be more. And I felt very attacked. I'm not going to lie to you. I felt very attacked. I felt very on the spot. And then I sort of said things that I wasn't really proud of. Or I said things in a way that I really shouldn't have.
Right.
And now we're not really speaking. So I don't understand why I do that. I push people away for no reason, and it's not like I want to be alone. I have so much love to give. I just don't want to give it. I don't want to give it.
Yeah.
I have it to give.
Yeah, I think it's because on some level you feel like you're destined to do the same thing that you've done in the past, like with your ex-fiance. Right? So you're almost like, okay, if I enter this, it's almost like you're like future pacing. It's like, okay, if I enter this, what comes next? Relationship comes next. And after that, it's like I'm just going to sabotage at some point. So what's the point of doing anything? So let me just remove the threat entirely and just reduce you to friend, where I know I can meet your needs there. So essentially, you're just afraid, right? And the only way to deal with fear is exposure therapy. You can't really think your way
Yeah.
out of it. You have to just ultimately do the thing that you're afraid of doing, but you do it with the tools that you didn't previously have, like the tools and the awareness that you didn't have in your past relationships. You can bring into future connections, right? So before you did not
Yeah.
know that you were avoidantly attached. Before you did not know that you should speak up for your needs and you should maintain some degree of independence even within a relationship container, right?
Yeah. Do attachment styles, can they change, or do you just have to adapt to how it is
So
when you
you
check
can move
it?
from okay, so there's two ways of looking at attachment styles, like internal and external, right? So technically, the way your nervous system responds dictates your attachment style. So someone who's anxious, their nervous system is activated. They become like hyper aroused when they perceive somebody leaving them or something threatening their relationship. Avoidant people have the opposite. They become activated when they perceive somebody getting too close, because then they'll lose their independence, their autonomy, yada yada yada, right? So you can move from anxious or avoidant to becoming earned secure by focusing on your behavior, because the external representation of attachment style is the behavior that you engage in once you become activated. So the game for you is going to be engaging in behaviors that are more secure behaviors, even if internally you are activated, right? So you know how to regulate your nervous system and almost ignore it and do the scary thing. So your body's going to put out all these alarm signals like, okay, person's getting too close, they're threatening, they're threatening, they're threatening. And then you notice that, but you still make the conscious decision to lean into the connection. So you will be effectively behaving like a securely attached person. And then when you do that, over time, you send a signal to your nervous system that this is not so threatening, that you're actually safe here.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. Now in regards to this individual who sort of like called me out on my BS, if that's what you can call it,
Right.
because we have history and we have connection, and to a certain degree, I am comfortable with him. Do you think that he would be the right person to sort of trial run and just, start to take those little steps with? Or should it rather be someone that I can start on a clean slate with?
I mean, doing it with him is fine because you can only really heal attachment wounds within relationship. You can build awareness and capacity in solitude, but you can only heal those triggers when you're being triggered, right? So that's fine. But I would say to do a bit more research on this. If you need to go to therapy, go to
Mm-hmm.
therapy. If you need like more of a hand holding, dynamic, um, you can even share this with him so that he has an awareness over it. Maybe that would give him more clarity as to why you were trying to friend zone him in the first place. And he may have a bit compassion for that. But definitely educate yourself on this topic and understand what the tools are so you can prepare yourself for when you do get activated, because you will get activated. It's not a it's not a question of if, it's a question of when. So when that time comes, when y'all start getting closer and you start wanting to create distance, you need to know what to do in that situation.
Yeah. Thank you for this. I'm glad I could have a space to just address this and get a second opinion. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, love. Best of luck to you, all right?
Thank you.
All right, bye. Brian, what's going on?
Hey man, give me a second. I
Uh-huh.
was eating my lunch.
Okay.
Um, so, um, first off, I want to start off that saying that I'm a very anxious person per
Mm-hmm.
se. I'm pretty aware of myself in that aspect, so I try to regulate myself a lot.
Right.
This situation is the first time I've been involved with another person since my last relationship ended. My last relationship was 5 years long. It ended about 6 months ago. So it's definitely a new subject that I haven't had to deal with in a long time.
Right.
Um, so, one second. The air is, the fan is loud. So, the situation that's going on is that I met this girl. We've been hanging out a lot. We've been doing stuff together. We met about in December, so about 4 months ago at this point. We got into the habit of talking a lot, going out every day, and I admit that I started to catch feelings for her. So about February 7th, I kind of like went out with dinner with her, and like I told her about it. She friend zoned me, so it is what it is. But then we kept hanging out, and then on that following week, on February 14th, her plans for Valentine's Day got canceled. And then that day, I texted her I was gonna go out, so if she wanted to join. She went out with me, we hung out together. Obviously there was alcohol involved, and then we ended up having sex that night.
Right.
Next day, she calls me saying like she felt like we went too fast, that she wasn't sure about it, and then she wanted to keep being friends and not go back to the expectation of, that we're gonna have sex again.
Right.
I was like, I was a little bit confused, but I told her like I don't think this could really work because I genuinely like you. I want to be more than friends. And after having sex, it's hard for me to see you as just a friend. Okay.
Let's say be intimate, because TikTok is weird, bro.
Oh, my bad.
You're good.
Yeah. So after that, we took like a week without talking. No, basically no contact at all. And then I broke no contact after the week. I just texted her like, hey, how you been? Whatnot. And we started talking again almost every day. We've been seeing each other and hanging out and doing stuff. And it's been like that for the last like 3 weeks. But I'm getting to a point where I don't know if I really can do the friendship. I tried this. Like, I'm trying to like give it a try, but I generally still want something more, even though she says she just wanted that friendship.
Okay.
I don't know what to do in this situation, honestly. And I've noticed that, like I mentioned earlier, I'm anxious. So I've not noticed that the past few days I've been like ruminating a lot, thinking about the situation, and trying to find ways to figure out, even though I don't really do anything. I keep texting her and see her normally, but that's where the situation is right now.
Okay. So your previous relationship was 5 years long, right?
Yep.
And that ended 6 months ago?
Correct, yes.
And you started dating this girl 4 months ago?
Well, not even dating. We met 4 months ago. We were friends. Because I didn't want to get into dating just yet.
Okay.
And then after, I don't know, like 2 months in, I noticed like, oh, I'm starting to like her way more than I expected.
How did you meet her?
We just met at like an event, and like those a social event, not a singles mix or anything like that. It was just like a friendship kind of like social event. Because I recently, about 6 months ago, about the same time I broke up my last relationship, I moved states. So I moved from Tennessee to Cincinnati, Ohio. So I moved here on my own. So I was like kind of like going to events to meet people,
Okay.
make friends, kind of thing. And that's one of those events that I met her.
Gotcha.
Basically.
Okay. So 2 months into getting to know her, you started to catch feelings or notice that you had like some romantic feelings for her. Y'all deal with each other. You let those feelings be known, and then she tries to friend zone you, but then she hangs out with you around Valentine's Day. Y'all end up getting intimate.
Mm-hmm.
So then you try to progress things further, and she tells you like, "No, I'd rather keep you as a friend." That's the situation.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And you say that you're anxiously attached.
Yep.
Okay. Here's the situation, brother. The masculine position is to always do what you want to do and go for what you want, right? So you're trying to do that in this situation, but she's telling you that she doesn't want that.
Yeah.
So the only card to play here is to take her at her word and to leave the connection. You leave the connection because if you stay friends with her, you're not doing what you want. You're just trying to keep her around in hopes that she may change her mind. But you're going to be ruminating in this situation. You're going to be anxious in this situation. You're going to be a nervous wreck while you wait.
Yeah.
And then if she does get with someone else, it's going to destroy you. So the best thing is to...
I already noticed I'm an anxious wreck.
Right,
Now.
right.
Like,
So
I don't show it outside, but inside, yeah.
Right. So the best thing for you to do is just to know yourself, right? Know that you're going to be an anxious wreck in the situation. So just to protect your own energy, just go ahead and end the connection entirely. And I will also tell you that it's a good move for people who are anxiously attached when relationships end. Have some time in isolation. That doesn't mean don't hang out with friends. I mean, have some time where you're not pursuing anyone romantically. Because part of anxious attachment is a fear of abandonment. And the fear of abandonment is so strong because anxiously attached people fear being by themselves. So, one way you can make yourself stronger and less anxious is when you end a relationship, find a way to enjoy your solitude. Build a life where if you never were to meet another romantic partner again, you could still be happy with your life. Because in doing so, you'll position yourself to where when you do get into another relationship, you're not putting so much expectation on the person you're with. Because your life is already full. So yeah, while you may be anxious, you're not so anxious to the degree to where you're pushing people away. Because you need them. When you are good by yourself and in your own body, you don't need people as much. And the emotional need, the neediness is what makes anxious people sabotage their romantic connections. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think part of the reason also, like, I got so attached to her is, like, obviously, after ending that relationship and moving to someplace on my own, like, I don't know, it's like, there wasn't a lot of people I knew here, so I was just kind of meeting people as I go along.
Right.
And I think that connection, like, made me even attach even more, like, that sort of scarcity of not having anyone else around.
Right. Exactly. You got it. So now that you're aware of that, just do the opposite. Meet you some guy friends. That's cool. Spend some time alone, right? Get comfortable in that space. When you're comfortable in that space and you actually enjoy your solitude, you're in a powerful position to connect with somebody else romantically. But until you get there, there's a higher likelihood that you'll sabotage any romantic connection that you form, okay?
Yeah. Makes sense.
All right, brother.
Appreciate it, bro.
Absolutely, man. Best of luck to you, all right?
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Nasty. What's going on, love?
Hi.
Finally. How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm great. I'm better now. You know, I was doing bad for a little while, but now, for some reason, much better now. We finally got you on the live. What's going on, love?
Okay, so I even wrote.
Uh-oh, come back. Don't leave. Don't leave.
Okay, so I had like a question.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's also because like when I talk with my friend, it's like a girl's view on the situation,
Right.
and I think it's like to have like like a man's view. I think this is kind of also very important to have.
Sure.
Because women's are like a little bit more emotional, and I think a little bit less emotional would be good. So actually he's coming tomorrow, and yeah, but there was like no contact. He just wrote me like, "Hey, I'm coming tomorrow," just to let you know. He called, and then he was like laughing because he knew it was like kind of cringe, I would say, like strange. And then I was like, okay. And then he said, then I told him like, okay, but I'm already out, and I also have like a hairdress appointment. Then he asked, okay, can I join the hairdress appointment? Then I said like, okay, you know what? Let's just see when you're there, and then from there we see. So he's coming tomorrow, and I know kind of this situation is not going to like end in a relationship. Right now, it's like kind of situationship.
So I think this is going to end. And now my question is, because it's kind of gives me like an anxious feeling, because I think like giving the how do you say it, V card somehow V card,
You said
you
V
know,
card?
yeah, V card, like the because it was like the first time.
Okay.
And I think it's like it
How
was
how
like
old are you?
I'm 24 actually.
24, and you're in Germany, right?
Yeah.
I am on my way. Maj, find me a ticket.
Yeah.
Find me a ticket ASAP. Continue, love. I'm sorry.
No problem. So I think it was kind of like it was unnecessary. Like I still think I like him because he's actually also he's a nice guy actually. He has like when I went to him, I also visited him with his family. That's
Hmm.
why I was also kind of okay. Maybe this is a little bit more safe because
Right.
I knew his mother, father, sis, his whole family actually, auntie, cousins, like even the cousins asking for me.
Hmm.
So I was also in their house. I was like cooking for them and we went out and stuff. So I was like thinking, okay, maybe he's a safe guy. I can do it. And he was also very nice. I don't want to lie. It was funny actually. So I know it's not going to end well. I also don't like this anxious feeling like he's not writing me. He's not asking like, how was my day? I need this.
Hmm.
Like, just like check on me. I need like the safety feeling.
Right.
But yeah, but I think it's just unnecessary to like continue this because I think I'll just say, how do you say? It's not good. I'm not going to feel good like waiting. I'm like always for a reply from him and stuff.
Right. Okay. So, how long have y'all been talking?
Actually, since Ghana, and this Ghana was like in October.
Okay.
And then after October, I visited him like 1 month later, like when we separated from Ghana.
Okay.
I visited him in Netherlands, like for around 10 days. Then 2 weeks later, I visited him again to his family, as like his house. And then 2 weeks later, 1 month later, we went to Switzerland together.
Uh-huh.
And now 1 month later, he's now coming to me, Hamburg.
Okay. So, what makes you feel like this is situationship territory? Because you said you met his family and everything, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what makes you think that he's not really serious about progressing things?
First of all, I would say his age, because it's actually, I don't know, like for me, it's like 22 years. It's like he still wants to go out to the club, do this, go and meet some more girls and stuff. And I
Okay.
think, like, I really think he likes me. And I also think he sees like the kind of wifey in me.
Okay.
But I think I'm just too early for him right now. It's like he still wants to, this is just what I think.
Okay. So, you say he's 22 years old?
Yeah.
Okay. And he still is living, like partying, doing what
Not
20.
really. Like I don't know how to say it, but I really think he doesn't take things that serious. I would say,
Okay.
yeah, because I know he sees like, because like what he really likes is how I am with his mom and
Right.
with his dad. Like that's something he's always like mentioning, like out of the nowhere. Like I really like how you're going good with my mom, how you're going good, and also like how I speak to other people. He said this is something very nice about me.
Right.
And I don't know. I think he's a nice guy. I also really feel comfortable with him, I would also say. But I think it's senseless. It makes no sense.
Okay.
And I also want to marry. It's like time for me to marry, have children, and even I wish he would just be older, or maybe I don't know, maybe more serious. I don't know, because it's time for me to marry. I'm 24. It's time.
Okay. So, has he not mentioned any kind of intentions of marrying?
I don't. You are like I can't say no, but I can also not say yes.
Okay. And he invited you to meet his family?
Yes,
Okay.
like twice. Yeah,
Okay.
I also lived there actually. Like I got a room and stuff, and we all like had dinner together. And the dad was also, sometimes he went to Ghana, So
Okay.
he always gave me his dad on FaceTime so I can talk to his dad also. And his dad was also like saying, when are you marrying my son and stuff. But this, I think this is just his
Right.
joke.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So outside of him like going out to clubs and stuff, does he display any signs of immaturity in any other ways? Which I don't even think that's immature at 22, but does he display any signs of maturity or immaturity in other ways?
No, actually, he's kind of also very mature for his age, I would
Okay.
say. But still, I think he has like when I'm not there, he doesn't have me, and then he has like his friends. Maybe his friends are going out, maybe some other girls. I just think it's like here in Germany, we say like boys need some play girls until they're like ready to settle,
Gotcha.
and this is like his play time.
Okay.
And the problems I'm right now, I think this is also a problem for him actually, because he also do like me, but I think there's no, yeah. So
So you mentioned something. You said that like you wanted him to like check in more, text you more, ask you about your day. So let me say, hypothetically, if he did those things, would you then want to take this serious?
the problem is, I would say yeah, but I know this is because I said it, and this is not like from him. And I think this just makes the whole situation just worse. Like if it's not going from him, like from his side, then it would just make the whole situation worse. So
So you're basically saying that you verbally told him that you like him checking in, and I'm imagining that he's now doing that, but you're looking at it from the perspective of, oh, you're just
yeah,
doing this because I asked you to do it.
yeah. Like when we went to Switzerland, I told him like he just went off and stuff, and he said, "Oh, I didn't did it by like he didn't want to do it. It was just like it happened by accident. He wasn't thinking about it. I think this is also something about him. He just don't take this stuff. He doesn't have like the feeling of, oh, I have to check. He just takes it like there's no contact for 1 week, and then he just calls and tell like, how are you doing? It's like he doesn't have like the sense about it.
Gotcha.
It's,
Okay. So he'll go like a week without talking to you.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Or 5 days or something, the longest.
Okay. That is a tell.
Yeah.
Going that long without talking to you. Okay. I thought it was like you had more extreme needs in that department. What you said is wise though. Like I tell people that there's certain things you want to observe and there's other things you want to communicate, right? Like there's certain needs that you want to communicate if, because no one's going to magically pick up on all your needs, but there's also things that you want to just observe. And what you are describing is definitely an observation category. Meaning like, okay, how are you integrating me in your life? Do you want to make some degree of frequent contact with me? If we're saying that he's going a week without talking to you, then that puts me in mind of your intuition being correct, that he probably is entertaining others, right? Which sounds like a deal breaker to you because you are moving with more intention. So yeah, I think your intuition is right on this.
Yeah, no, I also think so. I actually asked him once, and then he was like, "No, actually, I also told him like you can be like honest to me."
Mm-hmm.
So because I don't want to like be rude to other girl, because like if I would have been in her situation, I don't want my man like entertaining some other girls.
Right.
So you can just be honest to me. I'm also not going to be angry or stuff.
Sure.
But then he said like, but he can also lie. I don't have any proof.
Right.
He said like, no, there's actually no girl. This is like how he kind of is, but I don't believe it.
Right.
Because it's not true.
Right.
So
I get it. I mean, and there could be truth there too, where it's like that's not how he is, but that creates another problem, which is he may be someone who needs a lot of space and a lot of autonomy. So if he's needing that now, then he's also going to need it in a relationship or a marriage, and that may not be the type of connection that you want.
That's also what I thought, but that's now what I'm saying is very contradictional. Like when we are together, he's like he wants to be in my skin. I don't know how to say it.
Okay.
He's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. You're right
he
then.
likes to be like not like a baby, but he likes to be like also like when we're like just chilling, he's like the whole time like his fingers in my ear, or he has to go like
Right.
he has to like or touch my hair. Like also like when we are out, he's the whole time he's just like, it's very contradictional. Like when we're together, he's the whole time he wants to like sniff my ears, sniff everything.
Yeah.
And also the main problem also for me is right now because I'm going to see him tomorrow.
Okay.
So and he also like booked something.
Okay.
And we're also going to stay together in this Airbnb. So
Okay.
For me, it's actually a safe thing. There's no like intimate stuff is going to happen. Actually,
Okay.
I know it. But the problem is, it's very cringe right now saying this in front of a lot of people. But like like what I've like learned because of him, like we went together to bath and shower together. And I have to and I have to admit this is something I really enjoyed actually. Because I'm also like a person. I also would be like I would like to be in the skin of you know, like also like to be like a lot with that person.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And this is something now the whole time I'm thinking like, of course there's no intimate stuff going to happen because I know after that I'm going to be sad.
Right.
But like, should I like actually really like stop everything that could lead to intimate stuff? So also no showering, like no also like no kiss, nothing. Should I also stop that? Even though I even want it, but you understand?
Yeah, I feel like you want congruence, right? So if you say that if you want to end this connection, if there's not going to be seriousness or permanence here, and you're sure of that, then it will be easier for you to move on if you don't entertain anything like that.
Okay, that's true.
Right. And I'm not just saying that because I want to marry you, right? Two things can be true at the same time. I can both want to marry you, but then also give you good advice. And the advice is you shouldn't, if you know that this isn't going to be the right fit, then you probably shouldn't engage in any of that.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah. And also other thing, very important actually, like something about me is I really like to like cook, and he knows it. Like when we were like in Netherlands or in Switzerland, the whole time we just went like doing some groceries, and then I just asked him like, show me a TikTok what you want, and then I just did it for him. So he knows like I actually really like enjoy like doing the cooking, and he eating it. He knows it. Like I like to see him eating my food. And but now it's like I don't know if I should do it for him because it's kind of he took the joy of it for me. It's like, and now I don't know. Like, should I be like bitchy and just like don't cook for him, even though he knows it's like I really love doing the cooking and he eating it, and that's also like on my mind because I can't.
I mean, it depends. I mean, you can cook if you want. That's just you doing a kind gesture for somebody, right? We're trying to separate kind gestures from like romantic intimacy. You can cook just for a family member, right? But you're not bathing with a family member.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So like you can do that. That's fine. I mean, you got to eat too, right? So so that's fine unless you really do have a problem with it. And if you really are that concerned, you can also just cancel the trip.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but that's the problem. Everything was like so unnecessary. Doing the intimate stuff. It was just for waste. I don't know. It's also like on my head, like just wasting it stupidly. Even though he's a nice guy, I also still think he's like a nice guy, but maybe just not my guy.
Right.
It was just it was a lot in my head.
Right. But I mean, it's not a waste though because you're developing discernment during this time. Like you've been thinking about this situation better than women who are a lot older than you who call into this show. So it's really only a matter of time before you find someone who's that good fit. I mean, you can speed up the timeline if you come to America, North Carolina specifically. You can always shorten that timeline, but like it'll work out eventually.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, it's actually true. Yeah. Let me see if I.
It wasn't about you, CC. Wait, let me think. There might have been somewhat about you, CC. Now I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, I think the important stuff I've said it.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. But I think I really, the only thing that's important for me is I think I have to say it, like what wasn't right, or should I also just leave it out because it's nothing's going to change.
You say what? Like what grievances you have?
Yeah, like what is in my mind, like they're not responding, even though he
Oh
knows
no,
like
you don't have to. You don't have to. We know. You know what I mean? Like there's no need to educate on that. Like when a guy like is really sold on you, he's gonna probably want to talk to you more.
yes, true.
Maybe not every single day, like all day long, right? But it won't be a week without talking. I promise you that. It's not gonna be. I
Also,
don't care if they're avoidantly attached. It's not gonna be a week without talking to you.
yeah, yeah, that was also in my head because it could be like 1 week, maybe I'm even dead and he doesn't even know.
Exactly. I
Yeah,
would be crushed, by the way. Hopefully, like take care of yourself. We don't need you passing. Okay. All
okay,
right. But
okay.
definitely keep me posted on how things progress. And whenever you get the ticket to come out here, like let me know
You can
that
come
as
to
well.
Hamburg also. It goes
Are
both
you
ways.
are you inviting? You inviting? I might have to do it. I might have to do it. You know what I mean? You go ahead and show me what y'all drink like beer or something over there, right? Ain't that like the big thing in Germany?
Is that like the hardcore Germans, I would say.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
All right. We'll
Yeah.
plan. We'll plan a little trip. You can show me around. All right.
We'll see. Okay.
All right, love. You take care of yourself. All right.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. Pressure. All right. Who we got next? Neon. What's going on?
Hello.
Hi.
So, I just have a question. Is it a good reason to tell someone I broke up because I was depressed?
Oh, hold on 1 second, love. You said, is it a bad idea to tell someone that you broke up with them because you were depressed?
Yes.
Um, or is your intention to get back together?
I don't know, so I can explain a little.
Okay.
A year ago, I reconnected with one man, and we knew each other from before, like maybe 2 years. And this time he was saying that he's single and then he's really looking for a wife, and he's a bit older than me. But we had really strong like connection and chemistry, and but at the same time I was just depressed at that time. It was like around this time of year, actually in February, and he was calling me to go for dinners, to movies and stuff like that, but I knew he was probably dating other women as well, even though he was really really intense, like emotionally intense.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like projecting very strong emotions on me. I think he wanted me to get attached or something. And also I really felt his fear of him not understanding me, or that I might disappear or something. But it was winter and I was so very depressed because I also had some issues from another person I was previously in relationship. He was harassing me in a way, and of course I can't expect him to help me with that and to say it's my problem. But anyway, I just abruptly broken up with him. I called him one evening and he didn't quite understand me. He just ended conversation. All right, we are good. And the next morning I sent him a message that we should not see each other anymore. But I also knew he was just meeting other women as well. But then he was quiet for a while, but then he became intense again, and we haven't seen each other since then. And he was posting stories on WhatsApp that were kind of for me like some songs, and I don't know, if I post something, he would post something very similar. And at the end of the last year, around before Christmas, he sent me a long message, but not on WhatsApp, because I told him there, I don't understand why you still text me. I made a decision. I don't like your dynamics. You can block me, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then Viber, he sent me a message that he was so good to me. We know each other for quite a while, and that he feels sorry that we haven't established a better relationship, but friendlier, like just like to be friends, and that we can meet for a coffee or dinner and just be friends, and I always have a place in his heart. And I know he's in another relationship, I think. I'm not sure what to think about that message. I never answered.
Okay. What was the message he sent you again?
So he said, you are, so I'm just translating in my mind from my language. Um, I have been always good to you. You know that we have known each other now for quite a while, and you always have a place in my heart. You are really nice to me, and he feels sorry that we haven't established a friendlier, like relationship that is like friendship based, and that let's meet tomorrow for a coffee or a lunch. I'm available at this and this time.
Okay. Okay. So it sounds like you did not just break up with him because you were depressed. It sounds like maybe that was one variable, but also you were assuming that he was dealing with other women.
I mean, it was the beginning of, it was not a real relationship, actual. I mean, it was just beginning stages.
Okay. So
It's
you
not,
so you stopped talking to him because you were depressed and you thought he was engaging other women.
I actually did not have an issue with that, because we were not like really in relationship, even though he's very marriage minded. He's actually, he was 43, now he's 44.
Mm-hmm.
And he never had children and marriage or anything. And he told me that he's like doing it faster because he's at this age, I don't know. But at the same time, I'm not. And this speeding up and me feeling depressed and such a intense emotions were just too much for me. At the same time, I had issues with this past partner. I had some sort of relationship with him, so yeah, he was like really harassing me online, and that was really stressful for me.
Okay. So you had an ex who was harassing you and that was kind of taking up your emotional bandwidth a little bit.
Yes, a
Okay.
lot actually.
So how long has it been since you stopped engaging this guy that you're talking about?
So when he sent me those messages on WhatsApp, I mean Viber, that was right before Christmas time, and he just said that if I ever need any help, he's here for me, and I just liked the messages and said, that's very nice of you. And then he sent this long message, and that's it.
Gotcha. Okay. And your question is, can you reach out to him and let him know that part of the reason why you stopped moving forward is because you were going through a lot at the time?
I can say that, but saying like being depressed, is it too much? Like too much information, like very emotional.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. I would go with the more vague going through a lot at the time. And then if like you want to talk about it, you can talk about how, you were being harassed and all the other kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, there's no downside to it. Like when you're trying to
Yeah.
make a decision, always think about what is the downside, what is the upside. A lot of times when you unpack things, there is no real downside, right? Like the downside here is maybe he's not interested, or
Yeah.
or what's going on, bro? Maybe he's not interested, or maybe you it's just the ego, right? It's an ego. Like I've talked to guys who are like, should I double text shorty? And I'm like, if you want, like you're not gonna lose anything if you double text, right?
Yeah.
Other than like your ego takes a hit, but the upside is so much more grand than that, right?
Yeah.
If the upside is immense and the downside is negligible, then you should always do whatever action you need to take, right? It doesn't make any sense. If you're saying that, okay, if you send him this message, the worst thing that can happen is that he can ignore it and not be interested. The best thing that can happen is you get into a relationship and potentially married.
Yeah.
That's a no-brainer.
I mean, he has been chasing me for a year, and I was kind of ignoring him. I even sent him a message. Uh, it was kind of jokingly like, I'm very busy. I'm not sure if I will have time this month, but if I ever feel like I want to see you, I will message you. And then I never messaged him. But basically, he has been chasing for so long, and I'm kind of afraid of these intense emotions.
Right.
It's kind of strange.
Okay. Is that normally how you feel if somebody's pursuing you actively?
Sorry, what? Can you repeat that?
If another guy is like pursuing you strongly, does that make you kind of feel off as well?
Yeah, it makes me a little anxious. Yeah,
Makes you uncomfortable? Okay.
yeah.
How old are you?
I'm now 26.
26. What was your longest relationship?
I never really had, but this before him, this, let's say, like partner I was with, it was in a different country, and it was about 4 months, but I don't think it was real relationship in my opinion.
Okay.
Even though we lived together.
Y'all live together?
Yeah.
So when you say it wasn't a real relationship, y'all never called it a relationship?
From my perspective, not, but from the outside, it was. It was like a relationship. It was also marriage minded, and actually, he is. It's not about necessarily religion, but he's atheist. But it's about culture. He's from Iraq, and he literally told me with these words, like, I want you to be open with you. I want to own you. Do you understand what I mean? I never understood that, but yeah, he just wanted to own me. I think relationship is partnership, not ownership.
Gotcha. Okay. I get the distinction. All right. So, all right, yeah. I mean, like I said, the downside isn't that bad. I say that you definitely can explore it, especially considering that you've never been in a relationship before. This guy seems to have genuine interest in you, and you've been interested in him, right?
Yeah.
So,
But he's in a relationship now. I saw on stories. I think he's like doing this on purpose because on like last New Year we spent together, and this time he posted it with like one girl that looks very similar to me, and how they are like driving in a car, and at the same time another photo with another girl. Maybe he thought I would not recognize these are different people or not. I don't know.
so you said that he's in a relationship?
Yeah,
Okay.
think finally moved in together.
Okay, so then what's the point of telling him anything then if he's in a relationship?
Yeah, yeah, that's true. But I was just thinking if ever happens that he, I don't know, messages again.
No, you think about this wrong. If someone get into a relationship, you just have to move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to move on.
Okay.
It's almost as if like if he wasn't in a relationship, you probably wouldn't even be thinking about him. Right? It's probably
Yeah.
him being in a relationship is what makes you even interested. And if that's the case, then you gotta do some inner healing, love. Okay?
Yeah. No, actually, when I saw, I saw the on WhatsApp stories. He's always seeing my stories and liking them for some reason. But then I saw his, and it was like in their house, and he was vacuum cleaning, and this girl was sitting on couch, and I just thought I wouldn't want to be in her position, like sitting on this couch and be with him at his place.
Right. Right. But yeah, you definitely gotta move on, okay?
Okay,
All right, love. You have a good one.
thank you. Bye.
Bye. She dropped
Can
a
I go next?
bombshell at the end, didn't she? Yeah, go ahead, Cece. Do your thing.
Okay. Just wanted to just hop on because it's about to be the first hour that we've been live. So just want to make sure you guys know the drill. I'm always going to come up and ask you guys to come in and support the live. You already hear the favorite show is back. So let's repost. That's that gray arrow down there at the bottom. Go ahead and click that. Repost the live to your story, or you could share it out to your followers. They're gonna pop up. So if we could take some time right now, repost and share the live so we can continue to show up and support. Don't forget to grab that daily heart me. It's that orange heart right up at the top of the screen next to the signal dating. You're gonna click that heart. It's gonna say send a comment, and then grab your daily heart me. So go ahead and do that. It lets TikTok know there is interaction that's going on. Besides your comments, I'm also going to ask you to tap that screen. We should be at 50K as soon as possible with almost 300 people in the room, and we are going to get more. I know this because you guys are already showing up and showing out for Coach. We have missed him. The past 3 days have been a struggle, right? So let's tap that screen. Let's continue to show our support. Don't forget to follow the host when you want to come up in the panel. And be prepared with your question and your context as well. So repost that live down there at the bottom. It's only showing 14. Can we get it up to about 30? I know we have 30 people, or at least 15 more people that can share and repost this live. I know we can do it. They were at 16. Okay, let's keep going. Share the live and repost it. Either one or both. Okay. Coach, we have on my end 7 people so in the queue. So
7 in the
don't
queue.
forget. Yeah, so I'll let some more people up, but I mean some of them might not come up. But don't forget, if you have a private account, only Coach can let you up, so it might take a little bit longer. So if you do want to either create a backup account and come in on that, or you want to make your account public and then come in, and the mods will let you up a lot faster. We're going to try to get through everybody that is requesting. If you did not mean to request, go ahead and submit that same little button to request. It'll take you right out of that queue, please. And then yeah, so now it's saying 8. Okay. All right, let's keep going, guys. Thank you, Coach.
All right, no problem. Appreciate you, CC. All right. Daisy, what's going on?
Hi, so I just need some advice, and either you tell me I'm wrong, how to confront my boyfriend. So next week we're coming up on our 3rd year anniversary of dating. We've known each other for about 4 years. I'm 23, he's 23, about to turn 24. A little context, he's studying for the LSAT, and I'm about to graduate from undergrad this semester.
Nice.
So it's busy in the house. Last week on Saturday was my birthday. I turned 23. And I am the youngest in my whole family by like 15 years. My mom had me when she was already successful. So I'm really like the youngest. I know I'm really spoiled to death. And I let my boyfriend know that like immediately when we first start talking.
Mm-hmm.
So when we were planning my birthday this year, at first he was like, let's go to San Jose. Let's go to wine country. We're going to go to New Orleans. But his bonus from his job didn't hit until Sunday.
Okay.
So we had to postpone that, but he was like, what do you want to do? So I gave him exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to go to Korean barbecue. I wanted to go to a comedy show, and then I wanted to get drunk and come home and laugh. And that's exactly what we did. He paid for a cheaper restaurant because his bonus didn't quite hit, and I helped him locate a restaurant, which I obviously don't have a problem with that. And then he paid for the comedy show. Now, he told me that we were going to New Orleans this weekend to celebrate our 3rd year anniversary. And yesterday we were sitting on the couch, and I was sending him all throughout work yesterday, like, oh, we're going to go to this restaurant. Oh, we're going to go do this. We're going to have fun here at this restaurant. But after, when he got home from work, he was like, let's do a cost comparison
Okay.
between a cruise and going to New Orleans. And that kind of gagged me a little bit, because a cruise this weekend, we're not going to find no cruise coming out of Texas for no cheaper price than going to Galveston. And so I kind of just got up and walked away a little upset, because to me that showed that he didn't take the initiative to actually plan something that he said he was going to plan. And then it was kind of going back to me. And that's kind of been a recurring issue that we've already talked about in our relationship, is like when like the first 2 years of us dating, he would plan date nights. He'd be like, oh my gosh, come here, dress like this. And now that we've kind of creeped into like knowing him 100% and knowing each other, loving each other, talking about marriage, some of that intentionality when it comes to like planning has kind of slipped away and all fallen on my shoulders. So for the past like year, it's always been like, well, what do you want to do? Instead of like, and I don't have a problem planning some stuff, but when I ask you to be intentional about date night, it's like he hasn't done that in the past year.
Mm-hmm.
And we've already kind of had the conversation. So now I'm just kind of asking for advice on how to proceed, because he is taking the LSAT. And I know how stressful that is. And I don't want to come to him complaining about something that isn't that big of a deal, but still matters to me.
Okay. How long has he been studying for the LSAT?
About 7 months.
7 months. Okay. And you said for the past year, this has been a concern.
Yeah, I've brought it up to him before. I think around the summertime of last year, and he said he would work on it, but it hasn't been, I don't want to say he hasn't done anything, but like anytime we're trying to do something, he asks me what I want to do first and like give me details about it, and then he'll just pay for it. And to me, that's not planning out a date. I'm still planning the date. You're just paying for it.
Right. But the first 2 years of your relationship, that wasn't a problem.
No.
And the only thing that shifted is him preparing for the LSAT.
I mean, he got a bigger role at his job, and he's been stressed. So it's like, I don't want to complain about this
Right.
when he's working his ass off to make some money. Like,
Right.
there's way bigger problems, but it's also like, I know these are things, like even small, that I want us to get better at.
Okay.
I just don't want it to come across as complaining or nagging,
Gotcha.
because I would hate that.
And your issue is you want him to plan.
Yeah, just plan a little bit.
Okay.
And when I brought it up to him last time, he was like, you're not being selfish. You're telling me exactly what you want. And I'd rather you sit here and tell me what you need versus like you being mad.
Okay. Okay. And why is him planning so important to you?
It just shows initiative. Like, I just feel like I'm very traditional. I feel like that's what a man should do.
It shows.
He shouldn't plan everything, but like, hell, once a blue moon for my birthday, plan something. Give me some flowers. I shouldn't be able to tell you everything that you're going to do, and then you just do that. Like,
But you
for
brought
Valentine's
it
Day,
up. Go ahead. Finish.
Like for Valentine's Day, to me, I went over the top too much compared to what he did. And I wasn't upset, but I got him golf shoes. I got him a whole travel bag.
Okay.
I got him a big old cake, and he just got us tickets to a comedy show and dinner, which is fine. But it's like, I want to see the same kind of like pressure I'm putting on you be reciprocated.
Okay. Here's what's going on here. You're looking at the things that he does and the initiative as a symbolic representation of how much he cares about you.
Right.
Don't do that. Try not to do that. That's
Okay.
because it puts you in a very vulnerable position. You can have a guy who's like well off financially who don't give a shit about you, but does all the things to make you think he does, and you'll be in a bad situation.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? What you're running into is a capacity issue. It's not a character issue.
Right.
Okay? So if the first 2 years this was not an issue, then that means this is who he is. So what you're running into is he's more stressed at work and he's preparing for the LSAT.
Right.
So it's a capacity thing. So when he's asking you, like, what do you want to do? It's because he's at capacity and he's leaning upon you to kind of grease the wheel a bit.
Okay.
So he's willing to go ahead and pay, do all this kind of thing. He's even encouraging you to come to him and tell him your complaints. That's a good situation to be in. And it's also preparing you for if y'all do get married, this is what it's probably going to be like. Sometimes, if you're going through a real tough season, you may have to rely on him to kind of carry more of the load. And if he's going through a tough season, sometimes he may have to rely on you to carry the load. But you can't be in a situation to where like you're looking in real time and doing like a quick sniff test and being like, okay, what he's doing currently is a representation of how he really feels about me.
Right.
It's an unfair position, right? So when I'm looking at, when I'm hearing this is he getting mad at you when you're voicing your concerns? And it sounds like he's not. Just off
No,
that
not at all,
alone,
not at
just that, I need you to understand how rare that is.
Right.
Just off that, just off you coming to your man, or if this was flip, you going to your woman, right? And you expressing a grievance and them hearing you and encouraging you to share those things so that they can do better. That's rare. It's more rare than somebody buying a couple of more things for Valentine's Day.
Right. Well, okay, so we can get past that. I can understand I was selfish. If he just wants to swipe the card, he wants to swipe the card. Now going forward to this New Orleans trip, which was supposed to be this weekend,
Right.
considering he hasn't booked a hotel, how should I be like, okay, since something hasn't been booked, shit's expensive in New Orleans. We got to kind of book ahead of time. Should we just push it back a week?
You're valid there, right? I would say to compromise, if he's overwhelmed or overloaded, tell him to come to you so that you can assist. Instead of him dropping the ball like he did with this situation.
Okay.
Because he dropped the ball in the situation, right? Like, even if you do say, oh, he was busy, sure, granted, but he still could have came to you and let you know that he was kind of overwhelmed. You
Right.
probably would have appreciated that more than just last minute telling you, like, we switching the plans up.
Right.
Right? So that's the compromise. That's the repair that needs to happen. It's like, okay, how do we future-proof ourselves? I see you're overwhelmed. That's causing you to drop the ball. Not mad at you, but I do want to come up with a plan in these situations so that we don't run into the same issue again.
Right.
And the plan would be, if you are overwhelmed, just come to me. I would appreciate it. Doesn't mean I'm gonna be happy about it. Like, if you came to me with this New Orleans thing, I would have still been let down a little bit.
Right.
But I would be better than where I am now, which is like let down and also annoyed that what I thought was going to happen isn't going to happen, and I wasn't, and I'm learning this at the last second.
Right.
That's how you're going to work more as a team, because
Right.
he's probably doing like the masculine thing of like thinking that he has to like carry everything, not look at you as a helpmate, and then in the process of taking that perspective, like just dropping the ball.
Well, like we went to Italy last summer, and I gave him all the hotels. He just had to swipe a card. I planned everything out. I booked, the different kind of activities that we were going to do. And so, like, to me, if we wanted to do the same thing, he should have said that from the jump. But the way he phrased it was like, I'm going to plan this out for our anniversary. I got it. Sit back. Don't worry. And cool. But if you needed help, like, let me know. I can do
Right.
planning.
Exactly.
And so it's just like, he didn't tell me, so now it's like, it's Wednesday, we supposed to be leaving on Friday, ain't nothing booked.
Right. Yeah. So like that's something that you can come to him with. But I would tell you also, try not to attack the person, attack the behavior.
Right.
Okay, so it's the behavior. It's like, okay, this is how you played it. This is how we should play it, and then give me the same example that you just gave me, so it clicks. You know what I mean? So like you're valid in what you're talking about. It's just like zooming out, looking at the big picture, and also reminding yourself of like that you are also in a good situation simultaneously. Like you can be annoyed just because you're in a good situation doesn't mean that like you're never going to get annoyed or never have problems, right?
Right.
This is an actual issue, but this is a higher quality problem than a lot of people have. I don't know if you're new to these lives, but if you
No,
could,
I've sat and watched.
Okay,
it,
okay.
Like, I'm grateful I had a old stepdad because he got me right into place when it came to relationships.
right,
And like, this is like such a small problem compared to some of the people that come into your life. But I'm not going to ask ChatGPT. I'm not going to ask my mama. I'd
Right.
rather ask another man. And
Yeah.
my stepdad is always Team Daisy. So I wanted
Okay.
to ask a unbiased
Gotcha.
perspective of how I could do better and not nag him as he's studying for the LSAT.
yeah, yeah. I think like even your energy with the call, it's like you seem like you're a quality person too. I'm not sitting here being like your manager's great. You also seem like you're a good person to be with, right? You haven't like thrown him under the bus or said anything super negative about him in this whole entire call. Y'all seem like two quality people. So keep being that way. Remind yourself that you're with a quality person, and then just find a way to work with it, right? A lot of this is going to be on communication and having grounded expectations. And I wanted to call out the expectation of you looking at what he does as a symbolic representation of how he feels about you, because that's something that will be a problem. It's not a problem now, it will be a problem in the future if you continue to have that type of orientation
Right.
towards his behavior. Okay. Him pouring into you and wanting you to speak up for yourself and wanting the best for you is a better measure of how he feels about you than any tangible thing that he does. Okay? So
You're right.
look at
You're
that.
right. You're right.
Right? And it sounds like he does those things for you. So it's like, yeah, this is a good person. This is a good man to be with, as you are a good woman to be with. But as far as navigating this current conflict, play it how I suggested. That's going to go well for you. Understand it's also a short-term thing. He's overwhelmed right now. I'm sure when he increases his capacity, this problem mostly will solve itself.
Right. Awesome. Thank you so much.
No problem,
I'll
Daisy.
take your advice.
All right, you take care, love.
Okay, let somebody go ahead of me right now. I'm driving. I don't want to get in
Okay.
trouble. So I'm still here, though. I'm heading home right now.
I got you. All right, Ebony. That was a great call. You might have to clip that one. Sadia, it's on you, love. You there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Mhm.
Okay, perfect. Mine will be kind of quick. So, me and my boyfriend have been dating for about a year now, and we met. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that wasn't me. It was someone echoing. Keep going.
We met in college last year actually, and like graduated on the same day. He had a different major than me, like more in demand major as far as the job market. So he recently got a job and moved to a different state, and really proud of him. But of course, his
Hold on, love. Your audio's
issues,
getting very choppy.
for us. Oh, sorry.
Your audio's getting very choppy, like you're coming in and coming out.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah. Okay. So like go back like 15
Okay.
seconds in the story.
Oh, okay, yeah. So he got a job in another state, and I'm like obviously very proud of him. But it's been kind of difficult because, I'm kind of traditional in a way where I wouldn't move in with someone unless we're married.
Okay.
And I see my connection going in and out. Can you still hear me?
I can make it out better than I could before.
Okay, but yeah, so it's been hard for me recently with his new job. It's like a program where they have younger like students who are freshly graduated college, and he's kind of very like a friendly person, just a nice person, and I love that about him. But recently it's been a struggle with me. I feel like I've been kind of insecure about like these coworkers he has that are like women his age. I mean, obviously beautiful, you know what I mean? Like wonderful people. I'm not going to put them down, but like it's been kind of for me navigating those feelings and not like nagging him about like, oh, I feel like, shouldn't talk to this person. I don't want to be that kind of So I don't know what I should do.
Okay. What's the core issue here? Is it like the insecurity around the people that he works with, or the fact that he lives in another state now?
I would say both. I think that the insecurity about the people he works with is stemming from the fact that he's in another state now.
Right. Okay. Okay. And like, how far apart are y'all? Like, how long of a drive is it?
I'm in Florida and he's in Virginia.
Okay. Okay. So, and does he want you to move there with him? You said?
Well, I've communicated my feelings about not living together into marriage, and he also agrees with that.
Okay.
So I think we both kind of have that, like, you know what I mean? I also want to be settled in my career as well before moving in with someone. And, like, you know, being married, I want to just have myself together so I'm not dependent on someone.
Gotcha. And how long have y'all been in a relationship?
For a year.
For a year?
Yeah, 1 year.
Okay. So he's permanently moved to Virginia.
Yeah, I mean, we have conversations, and he's constantly asking me, like, what city would you want to live in, like, in the future, like, when we live together and stuff. And so I know he wants to move, you know, because the field he's in is tech, so it's kind of like, you know, you got to kind of move to make money. Like, you know, you go from jobs, different jobs or whatever. And we do have plans of eventually coming together.
Do you know when that will be?
Maybe in the next year or so, once I am in my career permanently.
How frequently can y'all see each other in the meantime?
We kind of talked about that, where it's like once a month is optimal. If that becomes too much, then, you know, just as much as we can. I think we both agreed us planning to see each other is very important. Like, never letting too much time go by without actually having a solid plan of seeing each other.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Long distance relationships tend to fall apart for a couple of reasons. The first one is the people in the relationship don't see each other enough, and the second one is there's no timeline or plan as to how and when they'll close the gap. Like, you can't stay in this nebulous state of like, we're just long distance, right? There has to be some sort of something to look forward to that is not too far off, which is you all closing the gap.
Right.
Now you can close the gap and still not live with him, obviously. So that is also an option. So the women that he works with, have you like seen them?
Not in person. Like, he like tell me about different conversations they have, and I've addressed some of the stuff, kind of like how I've like told him like I'm feeling insecure about this, you know what I mean? And he's very calm and collected. We talk about it. But there's like one person in particular who's like, I feel like, I don't know, it kind of makes me uncomfortable the way they talk sometimes, just specifically the things she says. Like, they were having a conversation about, like, I guess, like, he was talking, he always brings me up according to him, and they were having a conversation, and she was asking where he's from, and he was saying, oh, I'm Haitian. So, and she was like, oh, Caribbean men cheat. Have you cheated on your girlfriend? And when he told me that, I was like, that just feels disrespectful. Like, who asks questions like that?
I don't know why he even told you that, but continue.
Yeah, he's a very honest person. Like, it's like kind of an innocent honest.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm like, okay, like, I didn't really get need to know that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Or there is another conversation apparently that they had where like she just asked like weird questions, and I think it's not from a place of trying to be malicious. I think it's from a place of just like workplace banter and just young people banter, honestly, like, you know what I mean? But I do feel like he tells me too much, like, because sometimes I'm like, okay, the details, like, you know, now I'm just kind of like, damn, now this is on my mind. And I'm an overthinker and he's not, so I kind of think a lot about just small little things. So yeah.
The insecurity is definitely going to be a problem here, for sure. Especially if you have any degree of anxious attachment. That's the worst attachment style to have in a long distance scenario. It sounds like you resonate with being a little bit anxious.
Coach, I'm sorry. I just want to tell her something. The girl who said her boyfriend, you said about the girl, you feel like she say inappropriate things. I'm going to be honest. It's this guy in my gym, and he has a girlfriend, and I let him know that I have an attraction to him. I asked him if he was single, and he said, it's different kinds of single, and okay, forget that. But yes, you should be wary of that, because even though he told me he had a girlfriend, yes, I'm being respectful, but now I try to give him handshakes, he wants hugs, and he asked for my number today, and I said no, because I know it's an attraction between us. And even though he do bring up his girlfriend, my attraction for him is still there. So
Gotcha.
just giving you advice.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I don't like his coworker already. Like, his coworker seems like she might be a problem.
Yeah, and I'm just like, and then he showed me a picture of her, because he's like, yeah, we add each other on LinkedIn, and I'm like, okay, cool. He's like a big LinkedIn dude, and like low key, me and her look similar, and I thought that would make me feel better, but it makes me feel worse, because now I'm like, okay, like. Like, obviously, I know you're attracted to me because we're together. And now there's this girl who, like, low-key looks like me. And, like, she's kind of, like, her conversations are just not very respectful. And I feel like professional. And he always makes it clear he has a girlfriend. But, yeah, like she said, I do feel like probably in the back of this person's head, they're like, yeah, but he's still, like, cute, though, you know?
Right. Yeah, yeah, concerns are valid. Because it's that conversational thread is very telling. Out of everything we could talk about, why are we talking about that?
Yeah.
Almost like we're trying to, get a quick little snip test to see if he is someone who would cheat. But
that's what I thought. And when I brought that up to him, he was like, no, I think she just was asking in the moment because of the stereotype that Caribbean men cheat. And I'm like, yeah, but she knows you're in a relationship, so that's it sounds like a strategic question to me, you know?
Right. No, you're thinking about this the right way. That's the thing. When people talk about anxious people, like you're anxious, sure, but you're also not making shit up. Like you're also observing what is actually happening. So
and I'm too observant.
Yeah. So you're thinking about it the right way, and this is the gamble with long distance. This is the gamble. So I don't normally recommend people stay in long distance dynamics for too long. Mm-hmm. So is marriage something that y'all have talked about? Is marriage something that y'all are like on the track for, do you think?
Yes, we always talk about that. Like, I will say, like, of all the, like, I haven't dated that many people, but out of the relationships I've had in the past, like, I feel like we talk about the future a lot, and he is very type A, so, like, when he talks about things, and like, just when we have conversations, I know he's very intentional, just, based on me knowing him and stuff. So we do talk about that. We talk about coming together. Like, I'm going to, like, he got my flight for me to go see him in a few weeks, like about 2 weeks from now. So, like, it's like parts of me is like, okay, I feel like I'm ruminating on this too much. Like, I'm thinking about it too much, and I've been working on that because I know I am very anxious just in general. Mm-hmm. But then there's also parts of me that's like, okay, is this something I should be worried about? But also, like, I'm not gonna worry myself about, like, if you're attracted to someone or not. Like, I'm just not gonna worry myself about that. It's not for me to figure out. Like, if you can't communicate with me, hey, like, there's this person, like, whatever, then, like, this is just not gonna work out. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna find out one way or another, because men are honestly very telling with their emotions. So it's very easy to figure it out. So yeah,
the anxious attachment is going to be the thing that's going to ruin your peace of mind here. Okay. The one thing you have to remind yourself of is one thing you have to be mindful of is if people are going to cheat, they're going to cheat, right? So even if you did live in Florida, it doesn't change who he works with. It doesn't change if she's trying to go at him, right? It's just you're also in the same, or if you lived in Virginia, you're just also in the same state. So it's not really going to change anything. So this is a good time for you to work on your regulation strategies, right? Regulate yourself more. So know how to calm yourself down. Know that, Band-Aid solution for anyone with anxious attachment is whenever you activate, never do anything from that place. Meaning don't call, don't text, right? Never do anything until you get your nervous system back to baseline. That's just a little short-term strategy that you can implement. And yeah, I mean, see if you say that y'all clearly are moving towards marriage and you're able to see him once a month, this seems like a good situation. The biggest problem is going to be, can you not be a nervous wreck in the meantime? That's going to be the biggest thing.
Right, and that is something I'm working on. I just recently learned the word ruminating because I was talking to my best friend about it, and she's like, "It sounds like you're like obsessing over this, and you need to like
Right.
calm yourself down." And so I really appreciate her like pointing that out to me because I was able to kind of pinpoint this feeling I was having.
Right.
And I feel like for people who are anxious, being able to like pinpoint really what you're feeling is like important. So I've been doing that and kind of like helping myself calm down. But I do believe in myself. I've, improved a lot over like my life. So I know I can like improve in this department.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, sometimes I do get a little bit, shaking in my boots, like what's going on? But yeah.
Yeah, you just got to know what things you can do. And yeah, this is just going to be a game of like, can you regulate yourself?
Okay.
And are you going to continue progressing towards like connecting, right?
Okay.
So there needs to be, I would try to come up with like a solidified plan, like timeline and dates, not just, oh, we will eventually close the gap. It's like, no, when are we going to close the gap?
Yeah, and it is kind of dependent on me, and the reason it's dependent on me is because I do have these kind of standard, like I really want to have myself established before making any, like moving so far away from my family and all that stuff. So that's that. But no, I agree. I'm writing this stuff down because it's important. But I really appreciate your help today.
No problem.
And I hope everyone has a great day.
Absolutely. Definitely come back if you need more assistance, okay?
Okay, will do. Thank you.
All right, you take care. Ebony, are you ready now? Oh, Ebony's going? Okay. Poncho.
Hi, how are you, Coach?
Great, how are you?
I'm good. I just have a question that I want to ask.
Okay.
My bad. I was trying to confirm my mic.
So I met. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Poncho. You're good.
All right. So I met in January, towards the end of January. I met a guy at a family friend's funeral, and I was not really interested in the guy, but anyway, he convinced me to give him my numbers, and then I did. And then so he offered to drive me home, and I was like, no, I don't live far, I'm just gonna walk. So he walked home with me, and the conversation was really, really good.
Hold on, love. Your audio is going in and out.
That was on a Thursday. And then on Saturday, the same week, we went like on and off, not very consistent. And then the third week, we had to go out on a date on a Thursday, and he literally just disappeared. Like, he ghosted me till now. It's like 3 weeks later. And so basically what I want to know is, okay, I clearly get the point that he obviously didn't care that much about me, but like, I'm just a bit confused. What actually happened? Like, what just happened? How do you just stop talking to someone?
Y'all dated for how long?
I think it was 3 weeks.
Okay. Did y'all sleep together?
Nope.
No? Okay. And he just randomly stopped talking to you one day.
He just randomly stopped. The last day we spoke was a Thursday. He texted me in the morning and he was like, oh, good morning. I'm going to be in meetings all day, but we'll talk later. Because we were going to see each other after work. And then that was the last text. And like, that was just that. That was the end of it.
Okay. So, I mean, it could be a number of things, right? An ex could have came back in the picture. He could have met somebody else. Something could be going on in his life. There's a myriad of things that could be occurring, but like the only thing that you should focus on is whether or not you two are in alignment, and it sounds like you aren't because he stopped talking to you. But I can't, I don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell you exactly why he stopped. There's a lot of reasons why somebody can stop talking to you.
Okay, all right then. Yeah, because I mean, it has been bothering me, to be honest. I mean, obviously, I go on with my life as I should, but every now and then he'll pop up in my mind, and I'll be thinking, what the hell happened over there? But yeah, we can never really know the true reason for his disappearance anyway.
Right. So yeah, you gotta move on, love. I mean, there's plenty of funerals out there. Just go to another funeral, you'll meet somebody else. All right.
No, thank you so much.
All right, love. You take care. All right, Ebony's in the building.
Okay, I have two things. I have an update, and I have a situation I'm trying to avoid.
All right.
Okay, the update with the guy from Houston.
Okay.
That's done.
Okay.
So
the one who was going to fly you out.
Yes, remember he was supposed to fly me out the weekend that just passed, and I started putting my energy away because he wasn't talking about flights. And then when Thursday came, he was like, "Oh, I thought you was ghosting me, because I had all this planned for us, da da da." And I was like, "Okay, so are you trying to fly me this weekend?" He was like, "No, next weekend." Okay, now Sunday, I text him. Saturday I really didn't talk to him because he was off, and this was a kicker. The places that he had planned for us to go, he went that weekend. Okay, right? So I was just still like, not really texting like that, short texting. So Sunday came, he go back to work. I'm like, "Good morning, baby." And he was like, "Good morning." And I was like, "How you feeling today?" I was like, "How you feeling, baby? How you feeling?" He was like, "Not good. I just got some bad news. I got to talk to you about it later." I'm sorry. So I sent him a voice note like, "Oh, what happened? I went to sleep last night." I didn't go to sleep. I just stopped responding because I'm not going to do all that talking on the phone anymore. So he didn't save my voice notes. He always saved my voice notes, but he didn't. Okay, cool. Fast forward, he called me on his break. "Oh, I'm just going through a lot. I had just got some real bad news about my family." And I'm like, "Okay, what happened?" He was like, "I'm not really trying to talk about it right now. Like, I'm up here by myself. I don't have family." I said, "Okay, like, what happened? Like, you got somebody pregnant?" He was like, "No, like, I'm just I said, "You be around the bush. Like, be direct. What's going on?" He was like, "Oh, I know I'm supposed to be flying you out next weekend, but I had just got some bad news, and I know you're a woman that require priority, and I can't make you I just can't make you a priority right now because what's going on with my family, what I'm dealing with right now, the news I had just got." And I said, "Okay, so you want to stop talking?" He was like, No, I just need 3 days a week to myself." I said, "Oh no, baby. We already got time and space between us. I'm extreme. I'd rather us just stop talking."
Right.
He was like, "No, I'm not trying to stop talking to you. I come April at the end of the month, and I'm gonna be down for a week." I said, "Oh no, I said, "No, I knew you was gonna do this, but no, I'm good. Like, let's just end it right now. We ain't gonna run into each other. We not in the same friend group. Let's just end it." "Oh, I'm telling you, I'm going through. So I could have been a green ass N-word and just ghost you, but I'm coming to you like a real man." I said, "Baby, we ain't have that much time invested for me to care about your family problems." "Dang, Emily, that's how you is?" I said, "Yeah, like, you knew you were supposed to plan a trip. And another thing, you always mentioned the trip. You talked about the trip more than me. I told you was doing all that fantasy talk, but yeah, like I said, I'm a scream, baby. Let's just end it. And yeah, I'm good." And he was like, "Well, if that's what you want to do." I said, "Yeah, bye." And I hung up the phone. So, because I'm like, you is not slick, baby. You is not slick. You is not slick. Like, so that.
That's a wrap.
I'm like, oh yeah, that's done. So my situation with that girl was talking about the other girl. So the guy, I'm trying to avoid a situation with this guy. Like, he's cool, it's attraction, but you told me you had a girlfriend. I'm trying to keep my distance. You keep, come over talking. We do all this talking. Like, we'll be talking dang now a whole hour, 40 minutes. And today he asked for my number, but I said no. And then he was like, "Oh, we was talking about smoothies, and he was like, he gonna bring me a smoothie, and I was like, oh, okay. He was like, what smoothie you like? I was like, I like a green smoothie. He was like, okay, like, all right, let me get your number. Let me get your number so I can remember. I was like, no. He was like, come on. I said, no, 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 cause yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not nobody. And another thing, his girlfriend is in the military.
Ooh.
No.
No explanation, just nah, we're not messing with that.
No, like I know we could talk at the gym, but no communication outside of the gym. And another thing, I'm so proud of myself because I have been setting really strong boundaries. Like with the guy telling me he wanted a break, like, come on, be for real. If you telling me you can't make me a priority, what is the need of me sticking around? That's how men be trying to test us. If you will settle for this, you will settle for less, and you will settle for less. So it's just, let's end it. Once we got off that phone, deleted his number, deleted the message thread, removed him off social media, like block and unblock, but we not following each other. And yeah, and then my ex, he popped up to my house uninvited. I told him, hey, you gotta go, because everything he bought me for Valentine's Day, he took it, he broke it, and then he took the stuff the other men got me for Valentine's Day. And it's just, no, we not cool no more. So for right now, I am talking to nobody. Zero. So yeah. But what you think that the guy, you think he was playing games, right? The Houston guy.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I don't even see what he was getting out of the interaction. It just sounds like, I don't know, man. I think eventually, had you continued talking to him, eventually y'all would have met at some point, either him coming to you or you going to him. But it sounded like he was just stringing you along, or he had other priorities.
We already met and hung out before.
I mean, like met up again, not like for the first time.
But yeah, I don't care about the money and the gifts, baby. You playing games and you stalling and you lying. Like, why you lying about family? Then when I said what it's about, the way his tone changed. I'm not really trying to get into that right now. Boy, bye. You ain't saying family asking for money. You ain't talking about nothing. Like, ain't nobody stressing you out because you try to make it more than what it is. Because every time he talked about the trip, it was excitement, right? Anytime I mentioned the trip, it's like his energy would be like change. It'd be like, yeah, baby, just relax, just be patient. Like, dang, why it's so cold when I mention it? But when you mention it, it's a lot of excitement because you're just talking.
Yeah, you're selling you a dream. But when you mention it, it's like, oh, I got to stick to this. So, I mean, there's probably a number of reasons why he didn't want to do it, right? It doesn't sound like it was a financial thing. Maybe it was, he probably had a woman already. And
that's what people said.
He has to kind of figure out the logistics, right? So timing is very important. Maybe the timing did work at first, but then something shifted on his end. So now that timing doesn't work anymore. But yeah, I mean, you did the right thing by going ahead and cutting it off and not being dragged on, right?
Yeah, because why? Literally, you really why waited? So if you really was gonna plan a trip, because somebody said, "Do you want him or the trip?" Listen, if you really finna plan a trip, you know tickets are expensive the closer it is to the date.
Right.
If you really wanted the trip, you would have been looking at the prices ahead of time, not close. Like, it's just a lot of talking, and I could hear it in his tone. He didn't expect me to just end it, but that's the thing. Just because how I come off, yeah, but I'm always thinking in the back of my head, like, act like a lady, but I'm going to always think like, I'm going to just always think logical.
Right, right. I mean, you tried, we already said that your main issue is the fact where you located in Miami, so you tried to entertain someone outside of Miami. You just have to, like I told you, it's discernment and emotional resilience, right? The two skills you need right now for dating. Discernment and emotional resilience. You seem to be deploying discernment, so you're reading the situations accurately. Now, the only other thing you have to protect yourself against is not becoming jaded in the meantime.
No, I'm not jaded.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't sound like it. You don't sound mad. You sound like you see the humor in the situation. That's good. Keep that disposition, right? And if you do that, eventually you'll cross paths with somebody who's going to be a good fit for you. It's a lot like sales. I hate comparing it to sales, but it's like the best salespeople, they can deal with a lot of no's and keep that enthusiasm because they know that every no gets them closer to a yes, right? So and this situation is like every bad fit gets you closer to a good fit, right? Sometimes you got to go through the duds in order to find the right fit, but you don't want to be emotionally impacted by the no's, because if you let that happen, when you do find the good fit, you'll mess it up because your energy is off. Right, so you want to kind of protect your energy in that way, which is what you're doing. So just keep
And
doing what
that's
you're
why,
doing.
coach, I'm trying to protect my energy now, because the guy at the gym is like, I am attracted to him, and I am trying to stay away. Like, no, not trying to be overly friendly. I know how I get. I'm a Leo. I'm very flirtatious, and it's like I keep telling him like, hey, like, listen, no, I don't really want to give you hugs. Just touching you. He was like, no, I don't want no handshake. I'm like, no, like, I can't keep giving these hugs. Like, I'm in a drought. I can't keep giving these hugs.
It's getting dangerous right now.
And he's a Cancer, so us talking is like that intellect is just the conversation. And my ex was a Cancer, but he's an unhealed Cancer. But the intellect still be there. And I'm like, Ebony, just avoid him. I'm trying to avoid him. I didn't give him my number. No, y'all. I respect other women. I don't view women as competition. So
Right.
I'm going to respect that woman's relationship, and I'm going to respect myself.
You better be
But
careful,
yes,
because
attraction.
you said shorty in the military. You might be in the scope right now, so you better
No.
move carefully out there.
No, his loyalty gonna always be with. They've been together only a year, but at the end of the day, when he made that comment and said, "Oh, it's different type of singles, like single and dating, single and taking, and single," and he said something else, but I don't need single is single, baby. Like,
Yeah.
ain't no different terms of single. And he be just looking at me, and we just like, it's just the look and the eye contact, and we can't. No.
Yeah. Keep the gym crush as a gym crush. Don't take it any further than that. But yeah, he was definitely
Yeah,
trying
that
to
girl,
be
come on, beat me up.
trying to be slick with the whole like, you like smoothies? Or let me get your number so I can slick move on his
Yes,
behalf.
I said no. He was like, come on. I said no. I said, but you owe me a smoothie though. He was like, I got you. But no numbers.
Okay, good. No social media either. None of it.
Yeah,
None
but
of it.
I really do want to stay away, but I'm gonna stay away. Like, I'm gonna stay away. I'm
Okay.
gonna respect that.
Good. I'm proud of you, Ebony.
All
Definitely
right,
keep me
all right,
posted,
thank
all right,
you.
love?
All right.
All right, see you later. All right, Lisa.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, Coach. How are you doing?
I'm good. What can I do for you?
Lisa from Uganda.
I'm sorry. Danny, that's a hilarious comment. Read Danny's comment in Morgan Freeman's voice. All right, I'm sorry, Lisa. Go ahead.
I'm from Uganda,
Okay.
so my accent may not be so American because I'm so Ugandan anyways. Coach, I just want some, I don't know whether it will be words of encouragement or some guidance, because somehow I just tend to keep attracting only married guys, and it's really, really bugging me. I don't know where all the single guys hide. So like 15 years ago, I was in a relationship, and then I had a son with this guy. So we were talking marriage, and suddenly he said he was too young to be a dad. So he ditched, like, he ran out on me. So I've been raising my son by myself all these years. And every time I meet a single guy, and then we get talking, and then they find out I have a son, they kind of, run off. Like, they don't want to be in that mix. Some of them are like, oh, no, the dad will come back when I've done all the hard work, and then they'll take the boy or something like that. And then the pressure around me as well to get married by my family, by, everyone else is getting married. I can't seem to get married, and every time I meet someone, he's married. So, yeah, it's really, really a problem. I don't know what to do about it anymore, because I think it's driving me crazy sometimes. I would like to meet a single person, but I don't know how. I don't know why I cannot meet them, you know? And I don't know. They keep telling me, my aunties keep telling me I'm running out of time. And they say, oh, you're almost 40 and you're still a spinster. You won't die a spinster in this compound. You know how African homesteads can be. Everyone knows everyone else in the village. So, yeah, that's my situation, coach. I really, really don't know what to do.
Okay.
I don't want to date someone's husband. No.
You say you don't want to date someone what?
Someone's husband.
Gotcha.
A married man.
Gotcha. Okay. I mean, what I always tell, what's your social life look like? Let's start there.
My social life, I'm not so outgoing, and then I keep getting jobs around construction. Okay, I'm a community worker, a sociologist, but the jobs I always get are always up country on site. You know, it's a road construction, it's remote, and the only people you're working with are engineers, married guys, you know, and there are no prospect. The only time you take leave, it's just like for 3 days, and then you're going to the city, you go to Kampala, but it's too short a time to actually meet someone and, you know, get talking with them. And then you have to go back to the field. So I'm basically in the field almost like 98% of the time.
Okay, so you're surrounded by married guys.
Yeah.
That's why you're getting hit on by married guys. This isn't like a magical situation. It's just how you're positioned. You're positioned around married men. So, of course, married men are going to be the ones who hit on you. So, you have to change your environments, right, when you're not working. I always say, what's going on, Linda? I always say that dating problems are really just social problems. But you have to treat it like a social problem. Okay? The people who have the most active and vibrant social lives tend to have active and vibrant dating lives, right? So, treating it like a social problem would mean putting yourself in static environments. Static environments are defined as environments where you see the same people over and over and over again, so you can build up familiarity with them, and familiarity can open the door to attraction. This is why it's easy for people to make romantic connections in like school, like high school, college, and why so many people want to date their coworkers is because of this familiarity that is cultivated due to consistent proximity. Okay? So you want to start. You all right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Was that like a teapot or a bat getting your house? What's going on?
Yeah, that was my tea. Sorry.
That was your tea. Okay.
Turn it off.
I didn't know.
Yeah, sorry about that.
All right. So, so you want to put yourself in those environments, right? You want to put yourself in, you know, maybe join some sort of clubs or hobbies, right? Just environments where you can see the same people over and over again. I know what it's like there where you're located. I know over here we have certain things like run clubs where people go out and they just run in a group. There's hiking clubs. There's all types of hobbies you can engage in where you see the same people over and over again. That's where you should position yourself, because your main problem right now is you're only positioned in an environment that selects for men who are married. You're just not around single men long enough. Does that make sense?
Maybe I need to change my career then.
It's not a career thing. It's you have to, you know, when you do have free time, you just have to use that free time wisely. You can't live a life where you're just going to work and going back home.
Okay.
Okay?
But coach, I wish you would see this place. The next thing between me and the city is a big forest, like a big forest full of chimpanzees and baboons. So there is no way. It's like, and we are in camp here. We live in a camp, so
Okay.
it's really difficult. Maybe I just need to change my career and
You said
try
you
to
live in
find
a
work in the city.
you live in a camp surrounded by baboons and chimpanzees. Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Jesus Christ. Okay.
yeah.
So there's not a big population in this camp. I take it.
No, no,
Okay.
it is not.
Okay. Yeah, that's a real problem. You might have to change your career then. You might have to go somewhere else because if you're telling me that you're only surrounded by married men and you're far away from any other forms of civilization, then that unless you can find Tarzan in the woods, I don't really know what else you can do. You may have to relocate. You may have to relocate and you know, I'm not even like a big dating app person, but normally when people are in those type of situations, dating apps might be the way to go.
Dating apps, I'm kind of scared about dating apps because I don't think the people in there are actually real
Really.
most of the time. I don't know.
They make you verify yourself, so just look for people who are verified up there. Again, it's not a great strategy. You can find success there, but it will be better than what you're currently doing, considering that all the men around you are married. Like you just can't win in that situation.
So how do I deal with my aunties and my family and all this pressure to meet someone, to be, to be in a relationship?
But tell them
Every
to.
time they
I would let them. Okay, y'all care that much. How about y'all go bring me some single men? Right? Take on the responsibility yourself. That's how I would play it. If they care that much, okay. Well, how about y'all introduce me? Because I live in a camp where there's just not that many single guys. So where am I supposed to meet these single guys? So how about y'all help that if y'all care so much about whether or not I'm married?
Actually, I tried to say that to one of them one time, and one of them threatened to have me married off as a second wife to some old dude.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, I said nah.
Right.
Hmm.
Right. But yeah, give all that a try. Let me know. Follow up with me and let me know how things are progressing. Okay.
Okay, coach. Thank you.
All right, love you. Take care.
Okay.
All right, Slim.
All right, hello, man.
What's up, Chief?
What's up? Just a quick question, yeah. So
Right.
I was in London for a few months, and I met this woman. Right, she's 29. I'm 22 years old. So we were seeing each other. We started living together, stuff like that, And she was committed into being in a relationship with me. She was saying she wants to be in a relationship with me. She loves me. She wants to get married and maybe have kids and stuff like that. So I came back to my country, and so it's a bit long distance right now. She's in London and I'm in my country. And my question is, how do I keep her interested since it's over the phone? Mind you, I was telling myself I don't want to be too available. I don't know if that kills attraction or desire or whatever, but I was just telling myself I have to keep myself distracted and not always be there when she texts or when she calls. I have to respond or pick up.
Right. Okay. So
Yeah.
how did you meet her again?
I met her, when I met her? I met her at a bar in
Okay.
London.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how much time did you spend with her when you met her? Like how much time did you spend with her before she went back to her country?
No, before I went back,
Yeah, before you went back. Excuse me.
yeah, we spent 3 months together. We was living together.
Okay. That was fast.
Yeah.
So like you met her at the bar,
Yeah.
and then from that point on, you just were inseparable until you went back to your country?
Yeah, we was seeing each other because she has her own place, so I was living with her.
Okay.
Yeah.
How soon did you start living with her?
How soon? Like a week after.
Who initiated that? She just said you can live with me until you go back home?
Yeah, she said I can live with her while I'm in London and then until my time to leave. But the thing is, she asked to see me again in the summer, probably like July, August. So I'm just thinking, okay, if I want to see her again, how do I keep her interested since the relationship is long distance right now over the phone.
Okay. How long before you see her again?
5 months.
5 months.
Yeah.
Eesh. I mean, the good news is you already have made a very strong imprint because you lived with her for 3 months. Are you
Yeah.
intending on being in a relationship with this woman?
No, it's the other way around. She is intending on being in a relationship with me.
Okay. Okay, so but you don't want a relationship.
Not right now.
Okay. All right. Smart, because I don't think this would be the right person. She doesn't seem to have good judgment. Okay. So there's nothing special that you can do, bro. 5 months, like there's nothing there's no real way to play it. You're gonna have to engage her. This isn't a situation where you're like, oh, I need to not be so available, right? Just be available when you're available. If you're not available, then you're not available.
Okay.
That's just the way to play it. She seems very interested. It may not sustain for the full 5 months. It's very possible. 5 months is a long time. But if it does sustain 5 months, it's because you already was with her 3 months.
Okay.
Right? That's the best thing that helps you. Like playing the phone game isn't really gonna make much of a difference here. Because it's 5 months.
The only thing is, she's a bit insecure, I could say, because she says when I go back to my country that I will be seeing other women and I'll be cheating and stuff like that. So
that gives me more belief that this isn't going to be hard to maintain.
It's going to be hard?
Mm-mm.
No.
It doesn't seem like it. Seems like she's very invested.
Yeah, she's very invested. I'm gonna be honest. She is.
Yeah, so just like talk to her when you can talk to her. I wouldn't don't talk to her all day long, right?
Okay.
I don't even think that you necessarily need to talk to her every single day.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't put too much thought into like how available you are. Just live your life, you know. But I would also say that if you are firm, like if you were to tell me like, okay, I'm not ready for a relationship yet, cool.
Yeah.
If you tell me I don't want a relationship with this woman, just cut it. If you know for sure that you don't want a relationship with her, just go ahead and cut it. Like you might as well.
All right.
If not for your sake, for her sake, right? Because it's like if she's that invested, like you see where she's trying to take it. Again, if you're just like we'll wait and see, cool. But if it's like I know for sure I've spent 3 months with her, I know for sure I don't want to be with her, then you just go ahead and cut this off, bro. Because that'll free you up to go ahead and meet other women in your city instead of you being like concerned about how to play this one.
All right, fair enough. Why did you turn tomatoes?
Huh?
They turn tomatoes.
Oh, don't worry. Don't read the chat. The chat's gonna get in your head. But yeah, that's what I would do in this situation. It's like if you really got the juice like that, then there's a ton of women in your city that you can probably deal with, probably on the same type of timing that you're on, right? So that'd be my suggestion, brother. Okay.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
All right, big dog. You take care.
Okay, I'm jumping real quick. You
Go
guys,
ahead,
we're
Cece.
only at 46K, guys. We have over 350 people in the room. So if we can just tap that screen right now, just stop whatever you're doing. I need at least 30 to 45 seconds of just power tapping this many people. I promise you the numbers will jump up so fast, so quick. It's only going to take these next 30 to 45 seconds that everybody is just tapping that screen. Just tap. I promise. These numbers are going to jump up. We are going to get to I would say even at 75K. We should be up there by now. We've been in this space for almost 2 hours. Coach is going to keep going, answering these questions. We have some really good questions and situations going on. So I know we have it where we can just power tap. See, we're already at 52. These numbers are jumping up. Thank you guys so much for the support, the shares and the likes and the comments. Don't forget to grab that daily heart meet. And Coach, you're streaming this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So if you did miss the first half or whatever time that you came in, it will be on YouTube. Link is in bio. Please make sure that you guys go and subscribe to the YouTube channel and even give it a thumbs up. Even go to some of those past videos. He's been streaming for quite some time now. So it's your first time here. Go ahead, link in bio, grab that. You can listen to it while in between shows. He will be also live tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See, we're already at 58K. That's what I'm talking about, chat. You guys are so wonderful. Thank you guys for tuning in. We are back. We gonna help him not get banned again. I keep watching the little clip. I was like, how did it happen? But it's okay. See, we're at 61. That's what I'm talking about. Let's keep power tapping. Thank you guys so much. All right. Coach, how much longer do you want? We got a couple people in the queue still.
Let me get through these two, and then I'll reassess.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Appreciate you,
All right,
CC.
thank you, Coach.
Okay, Craven, what's going on? Oops, muted you.
What's going on, man?
What's up, Chief?
Thanks for having me up. Quick question, man. I want to ask you something from a man's point of view.
Sure.
From my perspective in my relationship right now, holding my partner accountable has become detrimental to our relationship.
Okay.
So, I wanted to ask you, have you ever experienced this before? Your thought processes on it, and kind of just want to talk through it a little bit.
Sure. Yeah, I think any guy who has been in a relationship has experienced some degree of it. What's your situation like?
So more so, just kind of holding my partner accountable to what goals she says she wants to accomplish as a couple, right? Together, right? So, one of them, to be specific, is like budgeting, right? For me personally, I take care of all the financial stuff at the house, things are taken care of. But for her, she wants to be a part of my investments, right? Investment property, things of that nature. But it's not really aligning with her actions, if that makes sense, right? I'm like, hey, this is what I've been doing for these amount of years. I know that this works. But for you, you're gonna have to allocate certain things and make sacrifices if you want to kind of allocate funds to invest or later in the year or things like that. And it's kind of coming off like I'm being more so punished for holding her accountable to what she says she wants to accomplish, if that makes sense. Does that make sense to you?
Gotcha. So in what way is she punishing you?
She's basically saying that me holding her accountable is coming off as me being critical as opposed to just saying, as opposed to taking the advice and just implementing the advice that I'm giving her. She's kind of shutting down and saying that it's being critical. But the delivery is not bad. I'm not using any language. I'm coming out really how I'm talking to you, really kind of just like a mild mannered and having a conversation.
Okay.
But it's for her, it kind of puts her in a situation to where, and she was vulnerable about it. She said that she's never been held accountable by her friends before. Her family's never really held her accountable for certain things. So I think I'm kind of the first person who's kind of really just reiterating certain things and really trying to accomplish goals, if that makes sense.
Gotcha. Is there anything, has she done anything right in this regard?
Yes, 100%. She's done a lot of things right, and I make sure that I voice that too. It's not like me just trying to come at her and, be a, I guess, Debbie Downer, so to speak. I definitely voice great things, but I'm always very supportive, I would say, from both standpoints. But I'm just saying, from my standpoint, should I just let it go and pick my battles and move on and just say, hey, you know what, just kind of keep on doing what I'm doing and just kind of pick my battles from the accountability aspect?
When did she get vulnerable with you?
This was about, I would say, 5 weeks ago.
5 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Have y'all had an issue since then?
Yes, we have. From a budgeting standpoint with the investments, also from the gym standpoint, there's been a few different things from accountability that she's requested. It's not like I'm coming to her about it. She's asking me to be an accountability partner, but when it comes to holding her accountable, she doesn't really like receiving it, if that makes sense.
Okay. And you're holding her accountable with what specifically? Like, what is her responsibility right now?
Responsibility in terms of what?
What do you expect her to do?
I mean, it's not really an expectation. It's more so something that she requested. So just to kind of go more in depth, she asked me to help her with her investments. She wants to do joint investments moving forward. And I gave her, I said, hey, this is the criteria. We should be allocating this amount of money per month to this, right? Every month should be allocated to investments. She's struggling with sacrificing spending on her own habits, things like that. I'm like, hey, you can't do both. You have to pick one or the other. Like her lifestyle taken care of. She doesn't pay any bills. I take care of the finances. So for me, I'm just like, if you say you want to be held accountable to investing, why is it so hard for you to just allocate whatever you have from your paycheck to this investment account, right? But it's like things like that are, and when I bring it back up, it's like, oh, I'm kind of being critical from her standpoint when I'm just holding her accountable to what she says. Another example is the gym, right? I'm pretty active in the gym. She has some goals that she wants to accomplish in the gym. She wants to, lose some weight. But whenever I'm like, hey, I'm going to the gym, like, are you coming? I'm not like saying I'm forcing her to go to the gym, but I'm just holding her accountable to what she says she wants to do, right? I'm just kind of bringing these things up and reiterating them from a partner standpoint. And my question to you is, at what point do I kind of just like say, you know what, let me drop it and just move forward? Do I keep trying to reiterate it? Because we're at the point now where she's kind of feeling like she's kind of in her head about certain things.
Okay.
She's like, okay, I'm in my head now. It's affecting our other areas of our relationship. And I'm just like, man, I didn't really ask for it to be kind of get this, get this deep.
Gotcha. So she wanted you to hold her accountable both with the investments and the gym?
Yes, correct.
Okay. And
I'm sniffing, man. I'm sick. Somebody said I'm sniffing. Yeah, I got a little cold, man. The weather had
gotcha.
got the best of me yesterday.
Gotcha. Okay. And is any of this potentially a way for her to spend more time with you?
Yeah, it is. I mean, I'm self-employed, so my time is very, very flexible, and she works a job right now, and I'm trying to help her navigate and move from the 9-to-5 aspect to being more so of an investor and kind of having more time for herself. If that makes sense.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, so it sounds like one, she wants a similar lifestyle, but then two, she's using this as an opportunity to spend more time with you. I think the way you're framing it in your mind is probably what's not helping. So don't think about it as like accountability partner, because that puts you in a frame of like you're almost like dealing with a male friend, right?
Gotcha.
The feminine grows through praise, not criticism. You're going to be more effective with facilitating a change in your woman if you praise her, not criticize. And not like criticize is like anything that you're like doing wrong, right? So if you praise her, and you put an emphasis on that will make her want to get in more alignment with the things that she needs to do.
Okay.
Right? So like if you even look at Phil Jackson, the way that he coached his players, he would do the sandwich method, right? So he would start with the praise, he would put the criticism in between, and then he would end with the praise.
Gotcha.
So the last thing that is part of the conversation is praise, because we have a tendency to remember how things end more than how they began, right? So when you end with the praise as well, it's like that's what she's going to reflect on, and then her defenses will be less like heightened, right? So the sandwich method may go a long way with you as well. Be patient with her, whereas change takes time. So you're someone who probably has a natural temperament for this. That doesn't mean you didn't work for it, obviously, but this probably is something that your natural way of being is in alignment with.
Right.
She's someone who is trying to do a 180. That path isn't linear. It's like this, right?
Yeah.
So it's just you're gonna need more patience on your end. So with you, it's like you gotta lower your expectations as far as her consistently executing in the way that she has verbally claimed she wants to execute.
Gotcha.
Right? So just assume she's going to mess up. And often. Just assume it, right? You can make light of it a bit. You can again focus on the praise when she does do something. Like praise her, tell her how important it is for her. Everything that you communicate to her, it is communicated with the energy of like love and you wanting the best for her. Not communicated from the perspective of like, you asked me for this, but communicated from the energy and the perspective of like, I'm pouring into you. This is going to help you blossom. That orientation will change the energy behind your words. and it will go.
I appreciate it. Thanks for that breakdown.
Absolutely.
Quick question. So I guess at what point do I start? How do I say this? I want to say pick battles. I'm not sure that's the right word I'm trying to look for. But in terms of the criticism she says she's receiving, is just me mentioning certain things. It's not like I'm saying, hey, like I'm on top of you about this. I'm just mentioning it in conversation, just like kind of doing a check-in. It's not like I'm trying to hold her accountable to a goal. It's not like written down on paper or me like saying, oh, you need to be here by here. Like, it's not really like super strict. It's really just me mentioning it in conversation, having different conversations, and kind of just trying to do check-ins to hold her accountable. I keep saying accountable, but hold her accountable to just what we're trying to develop as a group.
Yeah, so like if you do what I just said, you'll probably see that decrease, like diminish a bit. It probably will still be present because part of her is probably resisting it. But when she says that, don't even engage that frame. Like when she frames it as a criticism, remind her that you're doing this because you love her.
Gotcha.
Frame it that way. If you kind of enter into how she's framing it, then you're entering her reality that she's created, which is that you're criticizing her.
Gotcha.
If you respond to that by like, yeah, I love you, so I'm making sure that you're in a good position because I want to see you flourish and all those kind of things, and you're bringing her in your reality, and then she's going to start seeing things from that perspective, especially if like you stick with that. That's just some sort of verbal judo. Some sort of verbal judo that a lot of people don't realize. Like you got to make sure that you kind of have the frame in those type of situations, and you maintain. The person who's more reactionary is the person who has lost the frame. So you want to maintain the frame in those situations by not engaging how she is framing it, and frame it in the way that actually reflects the truth, which is that you're doing it because you care about her, because you're not really gaining much out of this situation, right?
I'm not. Yeah, it's really just off for her. I mean, I'm pretty much, from my standpoint, pretty aligned with my goals and what I want to accomplish. But it's just something that she kind of brought up, and
also affirm to her that you love her just as she is.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, let her know like, look, I'm doing this because I love you. I want to pour into you. You said that you want this, so I'm going to do my part to help you. But you could not do any of this, and it wouldn't change how I felt about you.
100%. I definitely do that a lot too. So I'm like, hey, like, it's no pressure on the situation. Like we're good. I'm just saying, like, just trying to navigate how to go about it and just be, just more clear and have better outcomes in the relationship. That's all.
Right. Yeah, I think you're doing good, man. It's just going to be like just the energy. I can tell. Even your tone of how you even expressed it to me, it's like a masculine tone, like almost militant. But you make those type of switches, especially with like the frame of like doing this because I love you and care about you. I'm not like upset with you or anything like that. You should see a change in her behavior once she sees that you're oriented towards like doing this out of love and care, and not like, oh, I'm playing the role of like your accountability partner, right? I think that'll go a long way. But definitely follow up with me and implement that and let me know how it goes. Then we may have to switch strategies, but I think this will go well for you.
All right, appreciate it, man. Thank you.
No problem, big dog. You take care.
All right.
Good call. Okay, we're done. Call 203. Y'all got enough out of me today. No more calls. Feel free to drop your question in the chat. I'll kick it with y'all for a few minutes before I dip out. But good calls today. This was a great little return. If I didn't get to your question this afternoon, I'll get to it tonight. I'll be live again at 9 p.m. Eastern time. But no more calls. Just 2 hours of yapping. We're done. Ended the calls on a good, positive note. Man trying to take care of his lady. Love to see that. I don't know about this, actually. Don't know about that. I missed you. I thought you were going. They almost packed me up out of here. That was good advice from them. We have to be patient, right? Yeah, TikTok's trying to pack me up, so we had to make sure we come back. Very intentional with the verbiage. Actually, let me stop streaming.